Well, I'm absolutely delighted now to be joined by the science guy himself, Bill Nye. Well, Bill, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us today.
It's great to be here.
Now, this is what, your 18th time at the NSTA?
My 18th convention, yes.
And what keeps bringing you back?
The people, the teachers. We're just trying to change the world here. And so I've got some very close friends here as well, but the idea is to get people excited about teaching science so that students will get excited about science, so that we will have more scientists and especially for me, more engineers in the future, so that we can make better decisions and especially to do more with less in the coming decades.
So how do you do that? How do you get kids to be excited by science?
Well, kids of all ages. For me, there's nothing more exciting than science to start with. This is what I like to talk about. I talk about all the time, the joy of discovery, where you find something out for yourself, no one can take that away from you. It doesn't matter your ethnic background. It doesn't really matter, at some level, your educational background. When you make these discoveries about nature, you have them forever. And so what keeps, just talking about the United States, because we are the national science teaching nation, my sense as a native speaker of American English, you're not from around here. But
I know you're not originally either, are you? I was watching the program. Your ancestors are from Europe too, aren't they?
Well, from Denmark, yeah, and in France.
That's
yeah,
it
for sure. But what keeps the United States in the game? But maybe we can expand this and say what keeps any industrial nation in the game is the ability to innovate, come up with new ideas, and sell the world on those ideas. And so, in order to have innovations, you have to have engineers. And to have engineers, you have to have science education. I mean, engineering and science to me are all one.
So a lot of people say to me, we wouldn't have the iPhone if we didn't teach science.
That's right. That's absolutely right. That's not a myth. I don't know who's going to dispute that. Yeah. You also wouldn't have enough food to feed 7.1 going on 7.2 billion people without science. I mean, you look at irrigation systems and fertilizers and pesticides, and just the understanding of how to raise the yield of crops and so on. All that comes from science.
But you've got 11,000 teachers watching you now, science teachers.
Because they've all got this program on in every hotel room. No one's going to miss a moment of this, sir.
And
no,
why would
Stephen.
they? And so how do they engage people of all ages in science?
Well, for me, what is it about your favorite teacher that you remember? I claim it's his or her passion.
Right.
If he or she was excited about what he or she was teaching, then everybody got excited. So I want people to be passionate about their work. And I think when you find people that take the trouble to come to Boston, I mean, there's a lot of people from the area here for sure, but people come from all over the U.S., they come from Canada, people from Britain I've met here, and they come here to get ideas, and we share ideas as much as we can. I mean, for a science teacher, what makes your presentation compelling is your passion.
Right.
But it's also when you blow stuff up, when you have demonstrations, when you have processes, things that you can show students that get them excited about something they wouldn't expect. The so-called discrepant event. We love discrepant events.
So you've obviously been coming here for a while, as we talked about, 18 years. What are some of the changes that you've seen in science education over that period?
Oh, the technology, the internet. I mean, when I started coming here, it was so long ago, we didn't really even have the internet. There was no Twitter, there was no submit your questions by tweeting. There was none of that. You know? So this is great. And the other, for me as a guy, my friends make fun of me as shiny object man. Shiny object man. For me, the instruments that students can use now that are so reasonably priced compared to what we had 20 years ago, let alone 40 or 50 years ago when I was in school, it's changed the world. It's fantastic. It's a democratized science education, or let's say this investigation, because you have an observation, you come up with a hypothesis, you're going to design an experiment. But what really makes it science is when you start measuring things. And so now we are able to measure things at very reasonable cost to very high degree of accuracy. You can learn about photosynthesis, you can learn about fish respiration, you can watch plants transpire, you can do all that with extraordinary accuracy for, how to say, less than $50 US a student. It's amazing.
Well, Bill, thank you ever so much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.
We're just trying to change the world here, Stephen.